Hey there, thanks for tuning in for the top 7 rock cuts of the week. We've got some really cool ones to check out. Thank you to all the current subscribers. And if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing to see more videos like this one. So all these rocks were found in northern Nevada. Make sure to let me know what you think down in the comments and if any jump out to you. And let's go ahead and take a look. Okay, let's check out this rock. So from the outside, we've got some interesting color and pattern going on, especially when we look at the side here. There's some very intricate banding going on. This side has a lighter material that is covering a thin part of it. On this side, we see more of that color and pattern going on. Very pretty. And same with this side here. I picked this one because I thought it was probably petrified wood from the outside. And that is gorgeous. So I do think that that's a petrified wood. We can see lots of different layers and bands going on here on the inside. And the colors ranging from kind of gray, which was the lighter material we saw on the outside, down to some dark, not quite black, but very dark brown. There's also what looks like kind of a crystal eye. Here, let's take a little bit of a closer look. And those browns and almost yellows are just really, really striking. And the white around the kind of eye pattern is very cool as well, but just really, really pretty. Let's take a look at the other half, and it's almost identical to the half we just looked at. The pattern, very strong, very nice colors. That crystal eye, I think maybe actually comes through a little bit better on this side. Definitely a stunner. Okay, let's check out this rock. So from the outside, there's a couple things that jump out right away. One is that it's got a very different color scheme. So we have green, almost like a dark minty kind of green, as well as some browns to almost yellows. There's also a little bit of crystallization going on the outside. This one was way too big to cut with the saw that I have, but I gave it a shot. Anyway, from no angle could I reach the middle part, but eventually it broke. So it's not the best cut of all time, but let's go ahead and take a look at the inside. And that is so cool. That's why I wanted to show it anyway, even though the cut wasn't a perfect one, because this is just such a neat interior. We have a black material, which has little pieces of what looks like other rocks in it, and then veins that are going through the black material that are greenish kind of crystal material. And in some places it goes to an almost white color. And then near the top of this half, as we get a little bit of a closer look here, just gorgeous color in the veins, especially set against the black. But you see at the top of that rock there, it gets into a really interesting kind of look with more intricate veining and some more coloration going on. But here's a look at the other half of the rock. And you can see there's still a couple cavities that are open, but the green color on this is just really striking. I'm not sure if it's a green Chalcedony or if it's something else, but let's go ahead and take a closer look at this half also. Altogether, just a really pretty and unique specimen here. Definitely haven't seen one like this. Okay, let's check out this rock. So from the outside, we can see it's got kind of an interesting luster to it, a bit of a shine. So I was intrigued by the material. I wasn't sure if that was the actual color of it or if this was a desert patina on it. I thought it was probably a desert patina, or at least that's what I was banking on. Not that it wouldn't be pretty if it was this color all the way through, but this I think is a little bit of a nice surprise. We've got a crystal or agate material that's going on here with a lot of very cool, what looks like flow banding that's going on in red and yellow. And then we have white that is showing through on what was the bottom half, and on this section here, the left side, and showing through a little bit around the perimeter and throughout the rock as well. Let's take a little bit of a closer look at this half here. Yeah, and you can see the kind of lighter crystal material showing through in different areas throughout the rock, but really pretty. I was not expecting the yellow so bright, and actually kind of a few different shades. The red and the white is a little bit more common. Really, really pretty. One final approach here. Okay, let's check out this rock. So from the outside, especially this side here, we can see there's some really cool banding and colors going on. Normally, the banding is not quite so tight, but on this rock, it definitely is. It's kind of an interesting kind of triangle shape. You can really see the bands now that it's wet. And let's take a look at the inside, and that is so cool. This is an interesting mix. So the top portion of the rock looks like Wonderstone that we see in the area with pink and yellow banding, light and very nice. But then it goes into a lot finer banding of a lot of different colors going on, from purple to different shades of red and yellow and white as well. Very, very pretty. And the halves are almost mirror images of one another. There's not a ton of cracking going on the inside either, and the colors are very nice and vibrant. This is also a very unique one. I found a lot of Wonderstone-like material that looks kind of like the yellow and pink part at the top, but not with the banding like that at the bottom on the same rock. Very cool. There are also some eyes in the bands you can see. Okay, let's check out this rock. So from the outside, you can tell that it is going to be pretty cool. That is what I thought anyway when I saw it. You can see that the primary color here is kind of a nice gold, as well as some reds. There's a little bit of dark material showing up on the left-hand side there, and it looks like it is probably made up of a couple different stones, or perhaps some breccia. We will see on the inside, and that is really nice. So I would call this a Brecciated Wonderstone. We have kind of a few different panels, some nice pink, white, and yellow on the inside here, and then kind of a similar one in the middle portion of the rock. And then we get into some much smaller fragments that are in the black material kind of on the right-hand side. Near the top of the rock, we really get some of the darker red colors that we see in a lot of the Wonderstone. Really cool that the black material is in there as well. That's definitely not as common. Here's a look at the other half, and just really nice. So a lot of the cool kind of banding and patterns that we see with Wonderstone in this area, some different things as well. Okay, let's check out this rock. So from the outside, we can see there is kind of a nice light purple color going on, along with some reds that are showing through. That part there on the top was fractured during cutting. It wasn't like that when I found it. Here we can see it's a little bit darker on this side, but I was intrigued by the color. And that is much prettier on the inside. So we have a lot of different shades of purple going on the inside. Really, really pretty. So the banding here is a little bit more chaotic. There's an eye kind of in the center, which is the darker purple color, and then it's kind of swirled out a bit. And then it kind of goes to lighter shades of almost lavender as we get towards the perimeter of the rock, and then some of those veins you can see are kind of filled in with the darker red material, but very, very pretty. In the lighter areas, there's also what looks like some specks of darker color or darker materials going on. Very, very pretty. And then this, I took another cut off the top of the rock, and that's what it looks like. So this is a little more fractured, and we can see where the red's gotten in on those veins, and the same kind of purple material. Very, very pretty. Okay, here is rock number 7. So we can see a little bit of a desert patina going on around most of the rock. There's some exposed pattern there on the side that we just looked at. And on this side as well, you can see there's some nice banding that's showing through. The color looks mostly tannish from the outside, but the pattern is what I was interested in, and it does carry through to the inside in kind of a cool way. So this is some Wonderstone, and this is more of kind of a rainbow sherbet kind of color palette on this one, with the yellows and the pinks and the reds and the whites, and the way it's kind of swirled. Let's take a look at the halves a little bit closer. So really nice. So the reds are probably the brightest colors that are showing through here. Take a little bit of a closer look. And then you can see there's also kind of a dark brown perimeter there, where I think that's probably from the desert over time, but it looks like it's almost a crust around it, but very, very pretty. All right, thanks so much for checking out these rocks with me. If you made it this far, please give the video a like if you liked it. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. All of these rocks were found in northern Nevada. Let me know what your favorites are down in the comments, and I'll see you next time.